35 years have passed since Arnold Schwarzenegger first defeated a killer alien in the jungles of South America. In the time since, the Predator franchise has produced 6 sequels, including the newest entry, Prey. Here's our ranking of them all, from the good, the bad, and the terrible. The idea should have worked. Aliens exist in small-town America, and a predator comes down to destroy them all. It's aliens versus predator in your hometown. And yet the movie can't come close to living up to those possibilities, with flat characters, a stale story, and action and gore meant to cover it all. There are moments of glee, but they're few and far between. This was supposed to be it, the movie that reinvigorated the franchise. Shane Black, a co-writer and star of the original film, a talent unmatched in the series, returns with a whole new vision for Predator. And yet the movie is a mess. There's no narrative cohesion, no care for the characters, and the action isn't great. Even the creatures themselves don't make a lot of sense. There's just not an overall vision to it. It stinks. So if we're being honest, the bottom 3 here are all kind of interchangeable. None of them are good, but none of them are truly god-awful either. They're all just sort of slightly different variations of bad. And so the fact that this original showdown of Alien and Predator comes from capable director Paul W.S. Anderson and has itself a pretty solid recognizable cast elevates it slightly above the other 2. Where the idea of bringing predators into recognizable places didn't quite work for Requiem, it works much better in Predator 2.
Now, it's coming to a different kind of jungle.
Predator comes to Los Angeles? Awesome. He fights Danny Glover, Bill Paxton, and Gary Busey? Awesome. That we never quite know exactly why he's there or what he's doing? Not as awesome. Predator 2 is filled with good ideas, but only a few great executions, and so it ends up being your basic, passable, but inferior sequel. Predators is kind of good, actually. The cast is super solid. Robert Rodriguez came up with the story and produces. Plus, the idea of humans stuck on a predator planet makes for great tension and action.
This planet is a game preserve. We're the game.
Are there maybe too many characters? Does the plot sometimes fall apart? Sure. But it's a really fun film, nevertheless. What's the best Predator sequel of all time? Yeah, that's Prey, and it's not even close. Frankly, Prey is closer to what you clearly now know is #1 than anything else. The story is simple and character-driven. The action and gore are completely over the top, and the escalation of the human versus predator conflict is so good that it captures everything that makes the original film so memorable, just in a slightly smaller package. I mean, duh. Or should I say duh-utch, as in Arnold Schwarzenegger's character's name.
We're a rescue team. Not assassins. Now, what do we gotta do?
Jokes aside, of course the original Predator is the best Predator. It has the best cast of characters, plays by the best actors, with the best directing, music, action, gore, and more. Sure, other movies have upped it in terms of visual effects and such, but Predator works because it so clearly does everything so right. It's a hugely entertaining, rewarding film that deserves more films like Prey and less like The Predator as its ultimate legacy.
Stick around.